The Michigan State basketball team just beat Duke in the NCAA tournament. Duke basketball, they are out of the tournament. Zion Williamson, love ya, but sorry, you're done. And Michigan State is now moving on to the Final Four. Right now, Michigan State basketball is my favorite story in all of sports. I love them. I hope the Spartans win the national championship. I would love to see that happen. Here's why. Earlier in the tournament, head coach Tom Izzo yelled at one of his players, Aaron Henry. And it was a huge controversy. A lot of people, of course, stupid Twitter, got really, really mad. People said, you shouldn't yell at your players. That's not the kind of coaching we want to see in this country. It's awful. It's bad. I can't wait until the culture changes. And I was very clear. I said, this is not a big deal. I've been coached my whole life. I don't think yelling is inappropriate. I think sometimes yelling is how you communicate. If you have good rapport with your coach, that's how it works, and it's very much okay. And weirdly and sadly, the sad thing is this, that Michigan State head coach Tom Izzo was mischaracterized as a bad guy, which I don't think he is. He does not seem like a good guy. He's had a lot of success, and I thought it was really wrong the way that people treated him. You know, his players supported him, his former players supported him, but the media, a lot of people in the media went after him and said, this is not okay. You can't yell at your players. And I just was like, I don't like what's going on here. I really think the coolest way to prove everybody wrong about Tom Izzo would be if Michigan State won their head coach a national championship. That would be just like unbelievable. That's the coolest story. Like that's what I root for, right? I love a good player. I love this, all of that. I love more than anything in sports a really good story. Michigan State is the best story right now. And can they win the national championship? I don't know. We'll see. But it's worth noting, in the final minutes of the Duke game, coaching made the difference. The reason why Michigan State beat Duke was because of their coaching. With 35 seconds left, Michigan State drew up a play. They drew up a play, hit a three with 35 seconds left to go ahead, 68-66. A coach, Tom Izzo, drew up a play. That's why they hit that three. Now, with 10 seconds left, Duke had the ball, and they didn't look organized. They didn't look as structured as Michigan State did. R.J. Barrett kind of just jacked up a three, and it really didn't work. Instead of running a play, he kind of did his own thing, and Michigan State won because of a play that their coach called, which is just cool to say their coach got criticized, won because of his coaching. Yes, that's awesome. Now the Spartans are headed to the Final Four. But it goes a little bit more beyond that. A good friend of mine sent me an article. Dan Yeager wrote it. He's a writer for Forbes. I don't know if he's a writer for Forbes, but he wrote this article for Forbes. Dan Yeager. The article is called The Tom Izzo Conundrum. What do we want in a coach? That's the name of the article. Tom Izzo Conundrum, What Do We Want in a Coach by Dan Yeager of Forbes. And the article details how every single year Tom Izzo makes his players write their goals on a 3.5 note card, a 3.5 little small note card. The Spartans head coach tells his players this. He says, tell me what you want to accomplish this year, and that way I can help you do it. You got to tell me what you want so I can do the best to help you get your goals and achieve your goals. And here's what's so cool. When Tom Izzo yelled at Aaron Henry earlier in the tournament because he wasn't giving good effort on defense, there was a great reason behind it. You know what Aaron Henry wrote on his 3.5 note card, 3x5 note card? What he wrote was this. He said, I want to go to the Final Four. That was Aaron Henry's goal. And so when Coach Izzo yelled at him, he was actually just fulfilling a promise to do everything he could to help his player get to the Final Four. He called him out. He challenged him. He said, this is not acceptable. This is not the agreement we made. You said you wanted your goals. You want me to help you get your goals? I got to challenge you and and ask for you and yell at you to get better defense out of you, because what you're doing, Aaron Henry, is not okay. That is the coolest thing ever. How did we get this lucky in sports? I love that story. Of course, the reason why the coach was yelling was for a good reason, and there's a great reason behind it. It's a promise. He's literally fulfilling a promise he made to his player. I love that story so much, and I hope that Michigan State wins the whole dang thing. I don't know that they will, but it would be so cool to stick it to everybody on Twitter and all these stupid people who said, you shouldn't yell at your players. If the guy who yelled at his players won a national championship and his players rallied around him, oh, guys, as sports fans, that is exactly what we want. And that's why it's so cool. I'm rooting for Michigan State. I hope they win the national championship and win March Madness. That would be fantastic. Thank you so very much for watching. My name is Zach Schomler. This is my podcast, Strong Opinion Sports, and it is my favorite thing in the entire world. You may not know this. My dream is to do this as my full-time job. I love it tremendously. And if you believe in that, if you believe in my dream, please do me a favor by helping me grow the show by telling your friends about it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, maybe a screenshot it, you put it on your Instagram story. It would be a huge help to me. I'm very, very appreciative of that. Another way you can help me is you can donate money to my PayPal, paypal.me/Zach Schaumler, or you can donate money to my Patreon, patreon.com/Zach Schaumler. If you have no money to give, no problem. I totally understand. I'm a broke college kid myself. But what you can do to help me, please help me grow by telling your friends about this podcast.